just out of sight. Can't face me in the light. They'll return, but I'll be stronger. Gotta want to dream again. Take me where I've never been. I wanna go there. This time I'm not scared. Now I am unbreakable. It's unmistakable. No one can touch me. Nothing can stop me.
Good evening, everyone, and we welcome you back to another match of the Bacchus Pro Gaming Series 2017 Summer Split. I'll be your shoutcaster for the second match. I am Vulcan, and with me is my co-caster, Atlas, coming in from that match 1.
Definitely a dominating match coming from IPT. That second match was definitely one of the cleanest games I've seen in the past few weeks of the PGS, and Suzaku was just unkillable. But of course, we're moving on to another match now. As we look into our schedule, this is going to be a new match between two teams. We're going to see how all that fares in our schedule. We'll also be having a third match after 2 games of this one. Everything is going to be very exciting. This is the last week of the group stages of the PGS, so this is going to be where the lock-in for the playoff spots will be decided.
Well, we've been seeing the performance of our teams in the first week itself already dictated how it's going to turn out in the succeeding week, as we've seen with Team Manila Eagles already securing the first seed. But let's go to the schedule to see what's coming up next. Of course, it would be the second match, which is JSK Esports against Team Manila Eagles, one of the teams who have 100% win rate so far.
And definitely, if TME can continue their streak all the way out to playoffs, that means they're one of the they'll be the first team to get to playoffs without a single loss in the group stages of the split. So it's going to be very impressive. But I also have to give kudos to JSK, because we talked about how each team performed the first weeks of PGS, but they have definitely shown a lot of growth, and that actually manifests in, if we look at the standings, they aren't as low as they were at the beginning of the split. They're actually showing a lot of growth in their macro play. Of course, now they are tied with Infuse right now for 6th place, but still, there's a lot of growth that came from JSK Esports, actually from each of these teams coming into the PGS Summer Split.
So when it comes to seeing the standings, already we have the secure for the first and the second seed. What's up for grabs between the third and fourth seed, which is a tiebreaker between Mineski and Acclaim Empire X, that we'll see after in match 3, where Mineski breaks the tiebreaker. But for TNC, they still have a chance to make it to the playoffs, knowing that they still have one more match tomorrow, the day 2 of the last week of the PGS.
They can take away that spot from Mineski or AEX, depending on the performances of these teams. So definitely intense. The last stretch of the group stages, all of these players have their backs to the wall. They're bringing out the best in them. The beast inside will be unleashed. So it's definitely going to be very exciting to see how all of it plays out.
And to the viewers out there who are following the PGS Digital Banner Contest, rejoice, because it will be extended until July 15th. For more details, visit our website at esports.garena.ph/PGS. Check the article tab and you'll be seeing the mechanics there for more information.
Basically, you pick 8 pros from each, one player from each pro team, and then you draw them. And then actually, on the topic of these pro players, we're also having our Guess That Pro in every game here and today in the PGS.
Yes, and we'll be having it pretty shortly for the Guess That Pro. I'm pretty sure it's from the previous game. Let us see. This is the Guess That Pro. Follow that link. Copy that link to your tab so that you can answer the question. So here are the clues. Played for TME last split. One of the best carries in the PGS, known for his Fiora.
This Fiora play, very impressive. This player, definitely very outstanding in the PGS, in the history of PGS. I think he's one of the top players right now. So it's definitely going to be interesting. Definitely, just looking at the hairstyle, some summers might actually guess already who it is, but the clues are actually the biggest thing you have to take note of. Who is this pro? Whoever wins this has a skin that he last used.
And the answer is IPT Suzaku. So the skin used last game was El Machamundo. So congratulations to whoever answered that question correctly.
Whoever answered that question correctly, you'll be bringing that unkillable Mundo to the Rift.
Or you could try be like him.
Try be like him and then feed your butt off.
So to the viewers out there, know that the Guess That Pro will be revealing the answer really quickly. So you also have to be quick enough to copy that link and answer. We'll give you adequate time, but there you have it. That was the Guess That Pro. Follow for the next game if you haven't been lucky. So on to the pick and bans of JSK on the blue side against TME on the red side.
This is going to be very scary for JSK. They are facing up against what is unarguably, definitely, without question, the best team in PGS right now coming into the Summer Split 2017, and already very mindfully banning out the Zaya. A lot of teams that have faced TME did not ban out the Zaya, so JSK do not want to face that. Very smart of them.
And TME, they're also very smart because they know Spear's potential. Already banning out that Nidalee, one of his pocket picks, so this gives Spear a harder time. We've seen majority of the teams banning out Spears' pull, which is very damaging towards JSK's lineup.
Yeah, because Spear really puts out a lot of pressure here, but coming into the first phase of the game, it seems like Zac will be the first pick, a very high priority pick, a very good disruptor and tank. And because Gragas and Sejuani are locked away from TME, that leaves TME with less choices for who their tank will be in the jungle.
And they slipped that Zac for JSK to pick it up for Spear, whereas JLC will be prioritizing his Shen and Coops on that Thresh. TME knows their game. They can just let that Zac pass by because we've seen rocks on that Thresh to deny the engages that Spear wants and give him a harder time.
We'll see if JSK plays the same way that IPT did there, where, okay, they're going to pick a counter pick against our Zac. Let's pick something else that will counter that counter. But it doesn't seem like they'll be picking up something here. Just the very aggressive this time. Blazing Ace style, Varus and Blitzcrank gonna be very aggressive down there in the bot lane. We'll see how TME responds to this.
And already TME is responding it with a Jarvan Hover. Will this be a pick? Let's see. But for JSK's side, a Blitzcrank against a Thresh.
It's going to be Hook City down there in the bot lane.
How does it play out?
But of course, it's very hard because Thresh is more versatile. So whether he's behind or ahead, the Thresh will be very, very useful. On the other hand, Blitzcrank, if he gets behind, plus he has Ignite too, so if he really gets behind, loses all of that kill pressure, it's very difficult for him to catch back up, especially since Ace style will be on the Varus. So Coops will have a much easier time getting those ganks into the Cataclysm because Ace style does not have a way of exiting the Cataclysm without using his flash.
But now we're seeing bans.
Twitch here after the banning phase. They don't want to deal. Okay, very good ban to keep the Shen alive is the Renekton, but of course, new Trundle. The changes to Trundle really help boost him up here in 7.13. So yeah,
that split pushing strategy. He can now chomp those turrets.
Yeah, once again,
very fun.
Like they removed his ability to chomp the turrets, and now they're bringing it back. So the split pushing will definitely be more terrifying on the side of JSK. Blaze, or rather Fade, picking up the Zed. We'll see how TME responds to this. Trevor's champion will be the last pickup for them. Ari and Talia are banned away. Ooh, is this the mid Lucian?
Yes, this will be the mid Lucian that Trevor has been known for against a Zed. Maybe not.
Might be a Jace. So it will be a Jace. Definitely more consistent. It's definitely scary to play an AD carry mid lane against an assassin like Zed. But Jace definitely can hold his own a lot more in the early game and after level 6 than a Lucian. So definitely a good pickup for TME.
Let's see how this turns out. This is going to be very interesting because what TME is fighting for right now is to make their slate super clean.
Yeah.
Entering the Rampage stage, the final match with a 100% win rate. That is actually a record in the PGS. Whereas JSK, they want to fight for seedings when it comes to promotions and relegations. It is actually disheartening that Asian Arena will be auto-relegated due to their standings.
Just after entering, they get kicked out almost immediately.
But it'll be JSK fighting for their seedings. So
definitely, the higher you are in the seedings of the bottom 4, theoretically, your promotions and relegation should be easier. But of course, it is quite jumpy. Some teams, by some amount of misplay, some amount of misfortune, also get seeded into different. So it's very jumpy, but it's also, you know, theoretically, it is supposed to be easier. But of course, let's look at this matchup here.
the featured matchup of today's match would be Spear against Coops. Looking at the KDA, wow,
Seems like Coops really is ahead. Seems to be very safe, able to really get a lot of KDA. The GPM and CS per minute not too different, but Spear, because he's more aggressive, able to get a lot. I think his kill participation is actually higher than Coops, being able to aggressively accost the enemies of JSK, meaning that his KDA, even though he gets a lot of kills, he dies also a lot more considering his champion pool. So that's actually the logic behind this matchup here.
I'm really excited to see how the new Trundle will fare in today's patch and matchup between JLC and On The Shen. He has been known to be one of the most aggressive top laners in the PGS. Something that you expect a champion to be defensive ends up being offensive for some reason when JLC picks it up. We've seen JLC rush a Tiamat on a Shen, and then a Titanic Hydra. He deals so much damage.
The thing is, it's like JLC brings out an inner bloodlust in these tanks, and even when he's playing a tank like Shen, he can definitely bring out the damage. I'm interested to see how he's going to take out or defend against Whistle there in the top lane. But of course, looking at the jungle, it's all about the pressure they bring onto the other lanes. So we'll be seeing how all that plays out once we load into Summer's Rift.
Now we are live on the Rift with JSK on the blue side against Team Manila Eagles on the red side. This is match 2 of the last week of the Bacchus Pro Gaming Series Summer Split 2017. Already we're seeing a bloodlust on the Riverside GLC.
Oh man.
Here comes Whistle, gets set by Rocks. Flash burned by Coops. We're seeing JLC still sticking there. Now, force out his flash. There's flashes in from all sides. Wave wanted to get a first blood of JLC. Uses that ignite. No first blood yet, but a lot of resources expended in that clash.
Actually, yeah, on the side of TME, they only burned 2 flashes. With JSK, they burned a lot of summer spells. Basically, half of their entire roster summer spells have been burned. Oh, that is going to hurt Spear so much. Having to start Elastic Slingshot, plus starting at half health. That's going to be rough for this jungler.
Trevor is just not giving him rest just yet.
He's not letting them back.
Yeah, he's abusing the fact that Spear is half health. Wants to keep it that way. He's not going to be returning to the fountain, so he will be starting the jungle with almost half health.
He is a Zac though, which has a little bit of sustain to keep him up in terms of the cell division. So that he has that going for him, but not being able to continue the jungle clear at full health is definitely hurting his ganking potential. Because even though he does have the sustain, he's going to end his clear a little bit less healthy.
So what happens to that is other lanes will be overpushed. So this is actually bad news for JSK because they rely on Spear to get a good start.
Because Spear is going to be a little bit delayed. Of course, he's still matching the speed on terms against Coops.
Goes directly towards the Wolves instead of the Raptors.
The Raptors hurt. And because he was at half health starting his jungle, I don't think going for the Raptors is very wise.
It's very smart of Spear to do that. You can now match the rotations coming from Coops. He is on a Jarvan, but I love how Rock is positioning himself.
Level 2.
The death sentence will not connect. Blaze is open for a rocket grab.
Misses by a mile actually. But in the end, that is like one of the better outcomes for an early level 2 against Marquee, and that they didn't get automatically destroyed there in the bot lane because the threat of the rocket grab is still very, very real. We're going to see seems like junglers might face each other in the top lane with Coops with the initiative.
Whistle does not have a flash. This is bad news. Easy first blood.
This is definitely going to be first blood. There's no way that Spear can help him out.
Oh, but here comes Spear. Here it
Never
comes!
mind.
Spear on the
Wow.
scene! Slams both of them together! Coops is very low. This will force them to disengage. Cell Division is still up. Let's see. Will Whistle come back? No! Spear! Uses himself.
Easy first blood, but not in a way we expected. It was the top laner in exchange for the jungler's life, and I think that actually hurts JSK more, because that means Spear is going to be even more behind than Coops, and that's less pressure. That relieves a lot of the pressure onto TME, and look at this, they're taking advantage of it by pushing this bot lane in.
Knowing how that's a Twitch, we can expect the TME will be going for the long game compared to how they usually play. When they have a good lead, they instantly rotate to the top, shut it down. But this is not the case anymore. Given that Marquis is on a Twitch, and the first blood was spent, and JLC got an assist from that. That's 200 gold, whereas Coops got 400. This will
It's gonna be
boost his
scary,
speed.
but Blaze is looking for something.
Oh, Blaze. This is that rocket grab. He's a heavy price.
It's a good trade in favor of TME there, and that's right. With Coops being a little bit in the lead, that actually put in. He's going for a repeat gank, knowing that Whistle still doesn't have flash for a few seconds. Who cancels it?
Cancels with the Ice Pillar. Whistle. Miami Garena sidesteps the taunt, but he's very low. Coops going for a Dragon Strike, but in the mid side, we're seeing Trevor get slammed to his own minion for a knockout.
Very well played there by Whistle. Sidestepping all of the important skills and canceling the flag and drag. Definitely great. It saves him. It saves his life actually. The reaction time on this top laner on point there.
Yeah, I just love how from the early clash we saw, a lot of flashes were wasted there. That just opened up more opportunities for Coops and Spear to capitalize. And I love how the second match of the first game is playing out. See how Coops already rotating inside. Fate sidestep got very low. I think it will be a trade-off. Maybe not.
Ignite is burned.
Yeah, Ignite. He did use the Ignite, but Spear might go for Trevor. So okay, through it. Flashes in. Spear gets an easy kill while Coops might chunk him down little by little. Cell Division is not yet up yet. Spear is actually surviving pretty well.
There's a region from the Cell Division, but in the end, is Coops taking out a kill. 2 for 1 in favor of TME. Going for a really great start here. 3 kills on the Coops.
That is great news for TME, especially at Jarvan. He might as well rush a Tiamat or the Warriors Enchantment if he is going for the Bruiser path.
Going through the Bruiser path definitely adds a lot of damage to TME, who already has a lot of kill potential across the board on the Twitch, on the Jace as well. Even JLC building into the Tiamat very, very soon.
A great start for TME. I gotta say for Coops, he's pretty much happy with that. Going 2-0 at 6 minutes mark. This is great news for Jarvan. See, he instantly got that Tiamat and a Ruby Crystal. This is a Titanic Hydra in the making, which will boost TMA's pressure even more. Seeing how a Jarvan has really superior clear when he has a Tiamat.
Like, imagine the combination of teamfights as well. The AoE damage that will come. Okay, it's the split push potential of JLC, and once he teleports, is going to be all that AoE damage from Coops and JLC with their Tiamats and their Titanic Hydras. The damage will be colossal, and they cannot be ignored even though they are tanks.
Ooh,
Almost
pretty much
there.
close call. That was a close call for Marquis. Blaze.
Barely dodged that. That was a pixel away from death for Marquis. This Blaze had his Ignite up.
And when level 6 spikes do happen, I gotta say for TME's bot lane, Rock is doing a really good job zoning out. Looking at that. Here it comes. JLC will be joining in. Goes in for the taunt. He gets taunted. A-Style gets taken out by Marquis.
Aggressive use of the Stand United there. Usually you see it when the AD carry is in trouble, but they cause the other AD carry to be in trouble. Now Spear, because his bot lane is under offense.
That's what happens when a Jarvan is on a lead that much. And now we're seeing 3 members trying to converge.
Here comes Blaze, however, Flash.
Oh,
misses
the
it.
rocket grab misses.
It's gonna be Rocks now
Oh,
with his
boy.
revenge hook.
Let's see what happens. And that sentence still connects onto Fade. There's a death mark onto Coops. He will not be taken out, but still a fight does break out. Fade gets taken out by Trevor.
Marquis.
Thanks to the red bomb, here comes Marquis. Stealth mode. He does have the spade. But not enough time.
Yeah, he's not gonna flash into that, but look at those hooks from
Oh
Rocks.
my god. Extended team fight in favor of JSK. Just straight up there. Here comes the teleport in. Whistle makes it in. Rocks flashes out. Marky. Reload on mana. Whistle flashes over the wall. Uses the subjugate. Rocks gets taken out. Marky still having his flash. Backs away.
Marky didn't have mana there for the Contaminate. So in the end, it's actually JSK getting a few kills there, but TME getting a few of their own. But most importantly, 2 kills onto Marky, another kill onto Marky and 1 to Trevor is pretty good. But still, Trevor is still behind in terms of the CS compared to Fade, which is not something you'd expect in this kind of matchup.
And going 0-2-1 on a Zed, it's not too bad knowing that Trevor is also 1-2-2. He did pick up the Fear of the Goddess and then the Serrated Third.
It's not too behind in terms of combat stats.
In terms of combat stats, yeah.
So it is going to be a reset. I think these 2 teams are going to chill for a minute or 2 after that.
I don't think so. Seeing how Rocks is rotating towards the
never
mid lane.
mind.
We're seeing Faye does not see it. There's the
Oh,
play.
3-man.
A double knockoff. Trevor just takes on Fade very easy.
Never mind. Knowing JSK and TME, they are not the types to chill out. These are 2 very aggressive teams. It seems like TME in the tempo, in the zone here, getting that 3-man gank. Very good rotation coming from Rocks. Moby B is definitely helping him out there.
Seeing how Rocks is playing, I have to say, it really complements how TME plays. Knowing how we've seen Rocks go on more of a defensive support, but the way he plays on Thresh, very rewarding.
Definitely. The roams are super good. It's because Marky can sustain himself up with the Cutlass. He can survive in lane even without Rocks around.
The recurve bow will also provide, you know, more damage and really helping sustain in the lane. But still, there is the danger of that Blitzcrank.
Definitely. So they have to pay attention to where Bliss here. But of course, with Marky's mechanics, he does have the potential to dodge a lot of those. Rocks rotating so aggressively here.
Play in. Lantern is there, but the death sentence will not connect.
But this does reveal the information that Coops is around the corner.
Wow, he already picks up the Bamboo Cinder instead. Might go for the Cinder Hulk enhancement. Here comes
dangerous.
all in from TME. The box is in place. A-Style gets taken out by Marky. He's on a killing spree under the turret. They might go for Blade. There it is, the Cataclysm. Coops is on a rampage.
Get dunked. Blaze has no chance of escape there, but it's going to be the revenge from TME.
3-man gank to the top lane. JLC gets subjugated. He cannot go away. Death Mark's onto him.
Oh,
he
will
will
survive?
be surviving. Maybe not.
Never mind.
Ignite! And the Death Mark. Spear gets the last hit.
The damage coming from Faye definitely seals the deal there. Gets a kill on the JLC.
But the first turn will be going to TME.
3-man gank at the top lane. Steals Dyrus, man.
Never mind.
They actually got the top lane turret.
Just beat TME to it. So let's weigh it out.
Understandable considering that is a new Trundle. I think
Oh,
the chop,
right.
the new chop being able to get the hit onto a turret definitely mattered there.
That was pretty fast.
That was very, very fast considering the frozen domain plus Fade's naturally high AD. Plus, of course, the AD
Oh,
gets boosted from the W.
submarine! JLC lands a taunt onto Haystyle. He does very low. Kill corruption will not happen. Trevor picks up an easy kill with a shock, but he goes into the sky towards Blaze, knocks him back. That will be an easy double kill and an ocean drink for TME.
Man, TME just all over the map, taking whatever they can. Top lane is a little bit forlorn right now. But I think JSK can actually take out this second tier turret. Look at how fast they take his frozen domain plus chop.
Oh, wow. That's going to give him bonus AD, more attack speed. And that is the inner top lane turret taken out by TME, answering JSK by returning the favor.
This is a little bit slower. 2 against 4, and the 2 is slower, and the 2 is faster. Definitely impressive coming from JSK. But this is in the end still in favor of TME. They got what they wanted bot lane. They got 2 kills. They got Ocean Drake. They got the trade-off for the towers. So in the end, this is still in favor of them. Coops in trouble.
Trying to get away. He does get the subjugate onto Coops. Whistle. One more chop made to the trick. He flashes in for the
Trevor.
shutdown. Ooh, Ice Pillar for the slow. So
Let's break down what happened there in the bot lane. Because they definitely did not see Marky coming here. The invisibility plus stand united, they were not expecting it. This is true ninja gameplay coming from JLC. Aggressively using his ultimate. This is not a tank that will just stay and peel for your AD carry. This is someone that will dive into you. and set up kills for his team.
Oh, Asa gets hooked down, a lockdown. Will be giving a kill to Marky. Really scaling so well into the match. Look at the time, 12 minutes in, 44 seconds. Look at A-Style, 0-5-1. That is a huge setback for the ADC of JSK Esports.
To be fair to JSK though, is that the growth that they've had throughout the split really is manifesting. They're not letting TME take resources away from them without something in return. With all of those ganks onto A-Style, like on a side note, Rox really is pulling through in this game.
I really
His
love
hooks really on point here, like a 90% accuracy.
And this is just 13 minutes into the game.
Yeah.
6-12 kill score.
18 kills, so much. And they're going for the Rift Herald already.
They're so fast.
Yeah, but I don't think JSK is going to let them trade for this very freely. But I don't think they have the opportunity to actually take anything out. So it's very tragic for JSK that they cannot trade for the Rift Herald here unless they go straight for it. But Rox is right around the corner to just establish more control over that area.
Always guaranteeing something. Don't let chance or that 1% get in the way. We're seeing Whistle though feeling really well. He did pick up the Iceport Gauntlet. He might go for a Triforce for more damage, but he opted to go for a more defensive item, seeing how TME loves to rotate.
It's definitely going to help him against the amount of physical damage that TME has. So that little bit of armor will help. Here comes TME with a siege there in the top lane.
The Rift Herald is in the hands of TME. Coops has it. They can go for it.
I don't think they'll summon it just yet. Maximize the power of recall on a Jarvan.
What a shot down to the bot lane of JSK 0-5. What I have to say, TME knows how to shut down a lane, and now there is the lane swap. Whistle trying to get away from Trevor.
Trevor will be able to chase him down.
Oh,
look at all that damage.
There's still the Ice Pillar to deny his to the skies.
Really holding it so far.
There it is. He's like,
he goes for it.
Whistle. Subjugating is up there. He comes for Andy Davis. And Trevor instantly regrets his decision. Calls in JLC for the help. Let's see. Flash. Nope, not available yet. Pulse will not connect onto Whistle. He's trying to get away. The Frozen Domain is there. Ice Pillar should be up for cooldown. There it is for the disengage.
Denies them. Trevor really bit off more than he could chew there.
Do not underestimate the chop from the Trundle. Spear catches that hook. Comes in, Death Sentence on the troops. Ignite is there. Death Sentence down there. Fade secures the kill on the troops. Now Whistle goes for the Ice Pillar. Slows down Marky. But the Fox is there for a more powerful slow. Spear gets denied by the Flame. But we can see
Still very fast.
Still gonna be chasing down. Marky is camouflaged, moves back away. Just watch Rox die, but Marky's fighting back. He gets Ice Spinner. Marky goes in for the flash, takes down Fade. Marky's still healthy. This might be a reverse cleanup. Spear is very low. He is ditched by his own members. A double for Marky.
Holy guacamole! A triple kill. Very great turn coming from TME there. How long did Marky survive that? Being able to survive for that long against 4 members, the resilience, the speed, the evasive maneuvers allowed the rest of TME to catch up, and then leaves Trevor with so much time there in bot lane, enough to take out the inhibitor turret.
Come on, TME, you already have secured the first seed. This is just TME showing, displaying their power, and the practice they've invested is now showing in this game. 16 minutes in. The inhibitor turret is taken down. And now
more turrets going down.
More turrets taken down, and they still have that. With Herald, I don't think
no, they used it earlier. But still, a lot of objectives. Then it was very worth it there. Marky might be in trouble.
Might have to kiss the minion. Instead, kisses JLC. JLC is there for the but Whistle ignores it. Goes in for the flashing chop. Subjugated onto Marky. He will not be taken down. Rox is still surviving. Spear slams it together. Whistle trying to chase down Rox, but Marky is spraying and praying, but he still gets shot down. Rox joins in for a double kill to Faye, and JLC gets taken out by A-Style.
Very well played by JSK there. As soon as they saw an opening on in TME's defense, they go straight for it. They get 3 kills for 0. And TME really quite overstayed their welcome there in the top lane. They did get a very big objective there in terms of the second tier turret, but costing them 3 kills, one of which is a shutdown, might be too much of a cost. Still, they are very ahead. not just in terms of gold, they are 4,000 gold ahead, but of course objectives is going to be coming up very, very soon.
Look at JSK to come back from this. They do have a chance, especially they have Whistle on front. They can utilize the split pushing tower, but it's difficult. And here's the replay of what happened.
Look at how powerful stretching strikes is. The range of that is absurd. And this actually sets everything up. If Marky and Rocks were not pulled into each other, this entire thing would not have happened. This very good stretching strikes value coming from Spear. Spear definitely pulling a lot of work, even though he got pretty behind in the early game. The disruption that a Zac can bring is definitely not something you can ignore.
And is backed away, but Flash breaks down on the river. Trevor is very low, backed away from the team fight, and we see Spear bringing in JLC, trying to control the team fight. Spear goes in yet again. There's the airborne knock to Marky. Another knock about Spear, but there is no follow-up. Oops, really? That was such easy kill for him. Blaze
Still going for it.
And Trevor will be taken out by Fade. The death mark is just too much. Fade is on the killing spree. Might be a comeback.
But it is still going to be a win in terms of TME here, getting 3 kills there.
Look at Marky, 8-1-5.
8-1-5, and this all started from how good Rox has been hitting his death sentences, plus the peel that his plays have been giving value to TME. This is just Marky popping off because Rox has been so good there in the bot lane. The roams as well, setting up Trevor too.
Especially
Rox, I think, is the MVP for this one.
Yeah, looking at his skill participation, 0-13, hands down. He has the highest skill participation in this game.
Definitely.
Well,
Rox, very scary.
Well, Marky and Rox have the same kill participation because they're together.
Yeah, they've almost always been together. The only time Marky gets left alone is when Rox roams, and even then, Marky is getting some value on his own solo pushing. So it's very impressive coming from TME that they've been playing very, very cleanly aside from that big mistake in the top lane. When it comes to fight.
Very hungry. Spear is there, but cannot do much. He just walks back. You see JLC flashes over the wall. Fade joins in. There's the death mark. JLC gets taken down. Fade is on a rampage. This might be JSK's moment to come back to this game.
Very slowly.
Very slowly but surely. JLC is live. Spear does have the smite. Micro first steal. Fails miserably now. Forced to flash away.
The thing is though, every kill that Fade gets JSK closer to that singularity where they can one-shot Marky, they can one-shot Trevor. So it's very hard for TME, even though they are very ahead, they can easily take so many fights. But if Fade gets even stronger, gets more roams, isolates his targets correctly, then it's going to be very hard because Marky's the bulk of the damage coming from TME. But of course, even if Marky is gone, the rest of TME is no slouch in terms of the pain that they can dish out.
I bet that the one... Okay, let's see what happens there.
Of course, look at the damage on plays here, but it's kind of messy. JLC has to flash over here, but because JLC pulled aggro from everyone, he flashed away from his team, meaning that the rest of JSK had an easy decision. We retreat from the main forces, and we get a kill on the side. It's an easy decision for them. There's quite a little misplay in terms of where JLC flashed, but it's like in the heat of the moment, he was almost dead there. Still though, if he had flashed to his team, that could have been a chance for TME to just dominate that team fight once again, with Marky just dishing out so much damage. He was very decisive Baron play here. I don't think
JSK spotted. There is that one ward, and that is the teleport.
Pull away.
Backing away. They're still waiting for Whistle. He cancels that teleport.
That is a little time frame where JSK does not have teleport, while JLC still has both his ultimate Stand United and his Summer Spell teleport.
Well, he did get the refund cooldown 100 seconds on that, but still, as you said, no teleport, no pressure. Especially when you're a split pushing champion like Chanto.
Really want to be able to get that split push value. And because he can't have that right now, it seems like TME will still continue taking advantage of that absence of the Summer Spell.
Oh, let's see what's going to happen. The Baron is now live.
They're still dancing around it.
TME, they're really eyeing that Baron. Whistle under that turret soaks up so much damage, but there is the King's Tribute for the regeneration. But on the blue side, Spear
Oh dear.
tries to back away, but instead gets poked by rocks. Trevor gets an easy pick off.
No jungler.
No jungler, no teleport for JSK. JLC still standing strong and firm under his turret. Might commit. Subjugate is on the JLC, but he's not backing down. Whistle's very low, and he's trying to back away. There's a frozen domain. Ice pillar for the slow. JLC will be forced to back away.
Wow, and Marky assassinates A-Style on the side as well. The Spirit's Refuge.
Oh!
Oh, that's painful. The Spirit's Refuge definitely helped JLC win that trade there, pushing Whistle away. And because he's low and has to recall, this signal for TME. Let's get this Baron.
Baron.
Very easy. There's no spear. He has to walk a long way, and it's not going to be enough considering that Lay the Ruin King on Marky, a fed Trevor, Koops as well, dealing so much damage. It's definitely an easy Baron for TME.
And a Ruined Hurricane and a Static Shift. That is a huge bonus when it comes to the scaling of the Twitch. He does stack up easy damage.
Just all that contamination damage means that he can just lay down the AoE. Look at all these AoE, from the Cataclysm, the Flag and Drag, the two Hydras that we've seen, Trevor Shock Blast into the skies. All of this combines into one huge AoE composition that just wrecks JSK. And even Rox has the Zeeks. So it's definitely so painful if they get into a full-on 5v5. But if JSK can get pickoffs, this is a composition with Blitzcrank, with Zed. If they can find an isolated target like before, it might be an easy comeback for them. Look at the damage that JLC brings, scares off his nemesis. Two ninjas facing it off. It seems like Shen is the victor for this trade.
Whistle trying to back away. He does have the bonus defensive stats from the Subjugate, but that won't be enough against 3 members of TME. As you said, Atlas, JSK has to pick off, but it's TME doing the pickoffs for them to excel, and now the inhibitor exposed. The TME has to back off.
Very fast pushing here. Look at how fast Marky takes these down, even without a Mountain Drake.
Very easy. They have 2 Ocean Drakes.
And it's funny too, because Twitch is usually one of those AD carries who is not good at pushing the turrets themselves. And look at how fast he's taking the because of his massive lead, 9-1 and 6. Unforgiving of any of JSK's mistakes. They're going for it.
Oh, Spear, he cannot back away from that. He's forced to go back, but the shutdown goes to Blaze. He does manage to hook Marky, and now Koops rooted onto the turret, forced to flash away.
They still have... Oh, wow, JLC
goes in for flash in Ton, just bursted out A-Style. Huge damage. There's the death mark on the JLC, but Fade cannot survive under the damage.
Game. This is actually going to be game here because Koops has the attack speed buff here with the Demolition Standard. Trevor is a secondary AD carry at this point in the game. Will Whistle be able to defend this? This is a huge Baroned up wave coming with more on the way.
Oh boy.
Whistle and Blaze do not have enough wave clear, and I think it's going to be TME, Team Manila Eagles, taking one win from JSK, continuing their win streak for this second match of the last week of PGS group stages. Definitely so clean.
No mercy.
No mercy. Definitely unforgiving. Clean play coming from TME as is expected. But JSK, they've shown a lot of growth. We've talked about this in the previous weeks, how JSK has been growing. I think in the past, JSK would have given up a lot of those resources in bot lane for almost free. But here, they go for the aggressive trades, get the top lane turret trades. And even though it's not in their favor, the fact that they're able to make that decision is definitely telling of their growth and development.
And it's all about growth and development entering the PGS. The best teams all over the Philippines come together to fight for the single slot of GPL. This is the result of it. TME, they set their goals high, and because of this, they still remain.
They're steamrolling.
They're still steamrolling. 100% win rate so far. Looking at the endgame stats, total damage dealt, TME just out-damaged JSK by much. But still, it all comes down to growth, and let's see, will JSK fight back and secure one victory at least against TME and break their winning streak? We'll see after a short break entering Game 2. We have been the Shoutcasters, I'm Vulcan, and with me is Atlas. You just watched the Bacchus Pro Gaming Series Summer Split 2017. Drive your energy, and we'll be back after a short break. Seven on the troops, Ignite is there. Yes, that is down there. Fade secures the kill on the Cubs. Now Whistle goes for the Ice Killer. Slows down Marky, but the box is there for a more powerful slow. It's here. Gets denied by the play. But Minion instead kisses JLC. JLC is there for the Whistle ignores it. Goes into the flashing chop. Subjugates on the Marky. He will not be taken out. Rocky's still surviving. Spear slams it together. Whistle trying to chase down Rock, but Marky is praying and praying, but he still gets shot down. Rock joins in for a double kill for Faye, and JLC gets taken out by Ace Down.
Very well played by JSK there.
Trying to control the team fight. There goes it yet again. There's the airborne on to Marky. Another Naga but here, but there is no follow-up. Oops, really? That was such easy kill for the great job
going for it.
And Trevor will be taken out by Faye. The death fight very hungry. Spear is there, but cannot do much. He just walks back. JLC is flashing over the wall. Faye joins in. There's the death mark. JLC gets taken down. Fade is on a rampage.
They're going for it.
Oh, Spear. He cannot back away from that. He's forced to go back. But the shutdown goes to place. He does manage to hook Marky. And now, Cook, rooted onto the turret. Forced to back away.
Still have. Oh, wow,
JLC goes in for flash in con, just bursting out Ace Style. Huge damage. There's the death on JLC, but Fade cannot survive on
Might be game. This is actually going to be game because Cubs has the attack speed buff here with the Gnostic standard. Trevor is a secondary AD carry at this point in the game. Will Whistle be able to defend this? This is a huge stand-up wave coming with more on the way.
Oh boy.
Whistle and Blaze do not have enough wave clear, and I think it's going to be TME, Team Manila Eagles, taking one win from JSK, continuing their win streak for this second match of the last week.